Alex Pereira wants to be the face of Dana White's newest boxing promotion and showcases his boxing skills in this newly released boxing sparring footage.
Checking out this video of the boxing sparring with Igor Adil, one of the best out there, a heavyweight. Brazil, I would say he's my most badass sparring partner in this. But I also want to show my progress. I think it has been a lot. About 4 years ago, more or less, I was still at Gloria, middleweight. Igor is a heavyweight. He's a guy a bit slimmer too, but he's a heavyweight. We always trained together and it was always intense. He always pushed me and I gave him a hard time too. I believe I evolved a lot with these really tough training sessions. You'll see. That's it. Hope you all enjoy. Let's go.
Last week, UFC CEO Dana White revealed that he has a plan to make his long-awaited move into the world of professional boxing and that he'll enter the sport with all of his guns blazing.
Do you plan to be involved in boxing more going forward?
Yeah.
When asked about White's big money move into the realm of professional boxing, UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira told Kevin Aioli this.
But since Dana White said he will promote boxing, would you consider taking a real boxing match?
I think I have a really good boxing game, not just boxing for MMA or kickboxing, but really for boxing. In the next few days, I'll be releasing a video from some time ago that I did with Spy Only Boxing with a Brazilian heavyweight experienced. And I'll be showing a bit there, but today I think I've evolved a lot. Sometimes I don't show much training, only boxing, but I've been doing it, but I don't show it. And for sure, there hasn't been any conversation with Dana White about boxing and stuff, but I feel that this partnership with Dana White will start with me.
Should Pereira choose to end his MMA career with a move to boxing, there'll likely be immediate calls for him to fight one of the sport's superstar champions, such as Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk. Luckily, Pereira confirmed to Helen Yee only a few hours later that should he lace up the bigger gloves, he would fight only the champion.
I'm already 37 years old, UFC champion. It would have to be a boxing champion, right?
In boxing, I will beat the champion.
Pereira also took the opportunity to fire back at Magomed Ankalaev, who's been accusing Pereira of ducking him the entire time.
I was a bit surprised. I also thought it would be Ankalaev. I really wanted to fight him. I made that clear to the organization, but the organization knows what they're doing and thought this was the best. I think it's been the best for everyone. At first, many didn't accept it, but they're seeing the response now. They're seeing it could be a great fight, and everyone's happy about it.
Interesting. I want to ask about the fight against Ankalaev. Is it a fight you would take if he beat Alexander Rakic at UFC 308 and they offered it to you? Because you said after UFC 303, you talked about possibly moving to heavyweight. You also mentioned after UFC 305 about going back to middleweight. Where are you in terms of what you want to do in the future after this fight?
Yeah, at middleweight, the heavyweight man, for sure it would be Ankalaev, but I don't know why these guys keep coming at me, right? His manager saying, man, just talk to Dana White, man. I'm tired of saying here that I want the fight, get it? So what happens? No. They don't put him to fight and they put the blame on me. I've made it very clear here. Got it? Like I saw in an interview there, his manager saying it's a joke, right? Like calling UFC a joke, a circus, and because I'm here, I say I want it and they don't put him. Who didn't put him? So I'm calling Dana White a joke. Man, the guy's manager, man, has some weight in the event and all, says it's a joke. What's a joke? I want to fight. He wants to fight. but then Dana White didn't want it, so Dana White's a joke, is what he's saying. It's not my fault that Khalid has a bad style, and his last fights were not liked by anyone. So avoiding him is not my fault. I want to fight him. For me, it will also be a good fight. Many people talk about my ground game, my takedown defenses. Man, just make this fight happen.
With all the talk on who Alex Pereira might be boxing or a potential fight with Magomed Ankalaev, I think most people are forgetting that Pereira has a very dangerous opponent this weekend with Khalil Roundtree Jr. Khalil Roundtree Jr. is a dangerous opponent that should have Pereira fans nervous. One person who's expecting the upset is Kamaru Usman.
I think I'm going to shock everybody here. I think you're wrong what you saying everyone just stands and strikes with him and they lose. I think you're wrong. I think Khalil Roundtree shocks the world.
Knocks him out.
Shocks the world. I think
knocks him out.
We are in a time right now that we have Look
Utah's crazy. Utah's crazy.
Yes,
you're right.
Yes, Utah.
You're right.
Crazy things happen in Utah. And look at our champions right now. So I think Khalil Roundtree is extremely explosive, extremely powerful. His Muay Thai is incredible. When he's launching them, he gonna find your face. That the problem is his pacing. When Khalil lets go, he lets everything go. And how is he going to do in round 3, 4, and 5 if the fight somehow gets there? That's my only concern. But in those first 2 rounds, I'm telling you right now, Khalil Roundtree is as dangerous as anybody that Alex Pereira has fought. I'm telling you right now.
One person who doesn't expect Pereira to have any trouble with Khalil Roundtree Jr. is none other than Sean Strickland.
Deshaun Strickland in the flesh here at the pit. Just finished sparring with Alex Pereira, Salt Lake City. How we doing?
Good, man. Good, man. Had a lot of wars. The problem with Alex, he hits really hard, you guys. Really hard. But let me tell you why. When you get raised in the jungles of Brazil and you don't have running water and you're surviving off fucking tapir and wildebeest as an infant, and then you get worked in the tire shop, that's a hard man to fight, man. That's hard, bro. My daddy issues don't make up for that level of hardness. So it was good work.
That's a type of blue collar they can't teach.
Yeah, blue collar, man. I guess that's what we call it. The guys should call it that.
So how would you summarize his power on the mats today?
No, it's good, man. I think he has a really good fight ahead of him with Khalil. I think from what I've seen of Khalil, besides him being a dirty little liberal.
Have you sparred with him too, by the way, Khalil?
He's like a really emotional guy. Let me tell you a story about Mr. Roundtree. I'm going to tell you guys a story. Why I don't like Roundtree, besides the fact that he's in a cult, which we all know. You know that, right?
No.
Yeah, he's in like Las Vegas Choice. Yeah, he's in a fucking cult. Anyways, I regress. So one day, you guys, Khalil walks up to this white woman. And I don't mean hot white woman. I don't mean a hot white woman. I mean like a really large PFL, shaved head, misses weight a lot white woman. Like a white woman that if you were to see in a bar and it was closing down, you would just be like, I'm going home alone. Like this is the level of white woman we're talking about. Anyways, Khalil goes and grabs her and says, hey, I want to show a move, and grabs her. And she makes a joke. She goes, oh, sexual harassment. And Khalil, this little beta male, he goes, I'm a black man. Well, Khalil, are you a black man? We don't know yet. You don't sound like a black man. He goes, I'm a black man in America. You don't accuse me of that. And after that moment when I realized Khalil is a liberal cuck beta male, we can't be friends anymore. It's fucking funny, man. It's fucking funny, Khalil. You gotta loosen up, man, you fucking liberal.
Well, Khalil Roundtree's never shot a takedown in his UFC career.
In my career, I've never shot one takedown. That's not in my plans, right? I'm here to put on an amazing fight for the fans. Like this one, regardless of what anybody says, this is a fight for the fans.
Do you imagine he does that against Alex Pereira, UFC 307?
No, man, I think Alex is decent at getting up. You watch him train now, like he actually works his way up. So I've wrestled with Khalil. He can't fucking wrestle. So, I'll tell you another story about Khalil Roundtree. if you guys don't know this, me and Khalil have some history. So I try to befriend this little beta male. I try to be his friend, you know. I was like, hey, listen, we're all little fat kids one time. We all got picked on, little fat kid. I want to be your friend, Khalil. So I say, Khalil, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to invite you to wrestling. And I invite him to wrestling. And then, you know me, I give my big dick speech. You know, I try to pump everybody up. And I say, hey, listen, guys, if I see you guys going Khalil, I know you picked the easiest round on here and you're being a pussy. And I said that to the little fat kid because I wanted him to be like the angry little fat kid. I wanted him to say, you know what, Sean, F you. I want to fight you for 5 rounds. You know what this little did? Put his head down, walked off the mat and said, Sean, I don't like you and I don't respect you. So, you want to talk about being a hard man, I just think Alex is going to fucking...
Was that the last time you spoke to Khalil, by the way?
You know what? I actually, he came to the gym once, and he asked me in a very respectful way to stop making fun of him and his Colt. And I said I would try, and here I am failing.
And that does it all for today's video, but make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell notification so you can get notified every time we release a new video. And in case you missed it, check out yesterday's news.